Adrian Rurawhai.
Tēnā koe te māngai o te ware tuake nei. O te rā te kāna kia huri atu ki a rātou, kia rāwatai kua wehe atu ki tō ta ārai. Nō reira e ta rangatira api, mā huika e te rangatira tama huata, tēnei a hau e tuku mihi poraporaki ki o kōrua, haere atu rā. Nō reira huri atu au ki te whare nei, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou. Mr. Speaker, it's a great privilege and pleasure for me to stand up today and join in this debate on the Prime Minister's statement to this House. I'm speaking against the motion and for the amendment made by the leader of the Labour Party, Andrew Little. Mr. Speaker, sometimes I'm told that I drop in Māori words in my speeches and it's too quick before people can get a translation, 1 or 2 words. So the 3 or 4 words that I'm going to use in my speech today, one is tino, which means very or really, rawa atu, which means beyond or to the extremities of the word that precedes it. And the third word that I'm going to use is hoha, which means tiresome, bothersome or fed up. Before I get into my speech, those are the 3 words that I'm going to use in this speech. It was a great pleasure for me to stand and welcome all of the political parties at Ratana Pā on the 23rd of January this year. Everyone looked refreshed and I kept it fairly non-partisan because that's what the kaupapa of our marae there is, but in this House, not so much. And so I'm going to address some of the issues, actually, Mr. Speaker, that I've heard in the House today. But before I do, I want to touch on our visit to Waitangi. And at Waitangi, our Labour caucus went on to the marae at Te Ti, and we were warmly welcomed there. And interestingly enough, we went on after the government parties. And it was really unusual because I've been to a lot of maraes and I've been to attended many pōwhiri. And I know when the local people are happy and when they're not happy. And I know that the people that welcomed us there onto that marae genuinely and sincerely expressed their affection towards Andrew Little, the leader of the Labour Party. That's a fact. I also heard the word arrogant 3 times from 3 different speakers on the home side, and they were all referring to the Prime Minister, each and every one of them. They were not happy with what he had said and the way that he had said. In fact, they were hoha. They were tino hoha. Actually, they were tino hoha rawatu. And that is a fact. They said quite clearly on the marae to us, welcoming us, saying things that they were sick and tired of the way that this government have been talking to them and treating them. And I think that it's really important that we say it in this House so that the government benches can hear it quite clearly. And that's my message to the government. I'll tell you something else. The flippant answers that are being given in this House, or actually not being given, point in case yesterday when a minister was on his feet not answering the question, on the crossbenches every single National MP had their head down. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, I would say they were hoha, and quite rightly so. I expect that perhaps the Chief Whip of the government might be sending out an email next week because during question times, I think they'll have their heads up this time. But that's an indication, sir, that within the National Party and the National Government, there are probably new members sitting there knowing very well that those questions are not being addressed in a way that is expected by the wider community watching. And I think our people watching here tonight and listening to the speech and the answers at question time deserve an answer. And those answers are not coming. And that's adding to their hoha-ness, if I can add an English ending to that word. Their hoha-ness. And they are. They are very hoha. They are also hoha with the Māori Party. That's why Labour doubled its number of Māori electorate seats. That's a fact. That's a fact. And I encourage the national MPs, because they do it all the time, sir, to continue to tell the whole world that how good a relationship they have with the Māori Party. Because guess what? Every time they do it, we get more votes. So I encourage the national MPs to continue doing that. Probably I shouldn't have said that, because they might actually stop, but I don't think they will, sir. I think they will carry on because they need the Māori Party votes to do things like end debates. Those sorts of motions that they might be against the bill, but they vote for the procedural motion to stop the debate. Those are the things that our people, my people out in the electorate, are telling me they don't like. And so my message is, sorry, sir, that one... I used the word you and I should not have. Sorry. Sorry.
He was naughty, even the member didn't recognise it. Yeah. Right?
So our people are telling me that they are sick and tired of that kind of behaviour. And the important thing for me and for my Labour Party colleagues, indeed our Māori caucus colleagues, we have a strong Māori voice within the Labour Party. And Andrew Little, our leader, and others within the party have acknowledged the huge responsibility and confidence that Māori have given back to Labour, and we will stand up to be a strong voice within this House and within this Parliament, despite what people on the opposite side have said during this debate. And indeed, I was a bit taken aback by one Nick Karako, who seemed to be telling us that the National Party know how to deal with poverty. Really? Our people are really hoha with that, because actually the number of people, of our people living in poverty has grown, not reduced, grown. And all of the rhetoric coming from that side of the House and from within the Prime Minister's statement, another example would be the average wage, the average income has increased. Well, if you actually have a look at the statistics, those people earning over $1,300, certainly they have increased significantly. But the ones earning in the middle between 480 and 720 haven't gone up hardly anything. And the ones on the lowest income, there have been very modest increases. So that tells us the rich are continuing to get richer and the poor are staying where they are. And my message to the constituency out in across this nation is that we have the ideas, we have the team, we have the leader, and I believe at the next election we will be the government, and the end to the hoha that exists today amongst our people will come to an end. Nō reira, tēnā tātou katoa.
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Speaker.